All right, we're going to get right into questions for you, Kevin. Let's kick things off with Sterling with KCOU. Go ahead, Sterling.
Thank you, Marissa. Kevin, first of all, congratulations on the good run today, but how frustrating was it knowing that you were behind Joey, doing everything you could to try to get around him, and then just when it looked like you could, the car just wouldn't lurch by him?
Yeah, I don't know that I ever remember getting to that point. So maybe you saw something that I didn't. Joey did just a good job of putting his car right in front of ours, and with this package, every time you put your car in front of the car behind you, it takes the nose away, and we just had a little bit of trouble, trying to get the nose to turn when he would take our lane. So guys did a great job, brought a fast car, and just came up one short.
And a quick follow-up that I have, you are going to Texas next week. It's a track that you're very successful at. How confident are you that you can get the job done and lock in a spot for the Final Four next weekend?
I'm just going to go race and do the things that we do every week. You just never know how these things are going to play out. Our car was, plenty fast to win the race today, and just came up one short.
Thanks, Kevin. Congrats, and good luck next week.
All right, our next question will come from Jeff Gluck. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, obviously you guys have been with this package for a couple of years now, but do you still get frustrated when you're in a situation like this that, you have a faster car and you can't get him because of the way the rules are? Or do you look at it more just purely as a racing deal and you couldn't get by him?
I think it's how we race for sure. I think, you've become used to that part of it. And, for me, it's just a scenario that you've just become used to. That's part of what we race. And, I definitely don't make the rules, and, just try to do the best that we can each week with whatever situation that we have, and go from there. So yeah, he did a great job of putting his car where he needed to, and we just never had an opportunity to capitalize on anything, from a mistake side of it.
All right, and our next one will come from Bob Pockers. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, building on that, Kevin, I mean, was it pretty much just not waiting for him to make a mistake, but you were pretty much going to need him to make a mistake over those final 20 laps or so for you to get by him?
There was a lot of things that could happen with lap cars, or, him guessing wrong, and me being able to run the bottom or run the top, or, get a good run or something along those lines. And it never materialized.
And you've won before in this round where then you didn't have to worry about another race in this round. How big of an impact is that, if at all, when you're going into the championship, especially for someone like Joey?
Yeah, I think as you look at, the next 2 weeks, obviously it definitely takes some pressure off of them.
Does that matter when you get to Phoenix, or does it not?
I think it could or it couldn't. You never know. I mean, it just allows you to get prepared a little bit better.
Thank you.
All right, and our next question will come from Rob with NASCAR Pole Position. Go ahead, Rob.
Kevin, been a good run for you today in Kansas. I'm sure you wanted that win, but seeing how you got to size up Logano a little bit today, you certainly still have 2 chances to pad up your points, playoff points before we head to Phoenix, a track that you're really good at. How confident are you about getting some points in the bank as we get to Texas? And
I feel better about Texas than I do here. Our guys did a really good job of bringing a whole lot better car than what we had at the first race. So, if our car's that much better at Texas than it was the first race, it should be a good weekend. But you just never know how the cautions are going to follow, strategy or anything like that. So you just have to go lap by lap and see where it falls.
And I know it's kind of premature to think about because we still have races to go, but what are you going to miss about having Clint Boyer as a teammate at SHR?
The meetings will probably get longer because he won't get up and leave after he gets bored. So they definitely lose some entertainment value for sure.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, and our final question will come from Mark Garrow. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you. I'm a little late to this, so I apologize if this question's been asked. But Kevin, given your point situation, are you guys looking at Phoenix at all right now, or is it still focused on everything you have to do to clinch first?
You know, I think everything's been pushed into the pile already. I mean, all these cars are pretty much prepared throughout the next 3 weeks. You know, with the travel to Phoenix and Texas and then back to Martinsville, everything's already prepared. So, you know, I don't think we would do anything any different than what we have right now, just because of the fact that, you know, it's tough to to change course right now because of, you know, where we are in the schedule and the logistics that have to go with that.
You've gone on and won a championship before, and you've sort of been in the situation where you're coming up on the title. You're 2 or 3 races away from the championship race. I mean, how do you feel about this team from the year you won the championship? Is everything in place? Are you guys all, you know, in the same confidence level that you can make it all happen over the next 3 weeks?
You know, I feel a lot better about, you know, after today, you know, getting out of here with a good day, you know, and leading laps here. You know, I feel good about that leading into next week. And then, you know, I think as you look at Martinsville, I feel a lot better about it than what we were the first race. Obviously, the first race we had a whole bunch of problems with no fans and alternator and all the things that went wrong. So, you know, we ran well at Phoenix. So, you know, I think that we just have to see how the chips fall in the next 3 races and see where it all ends up.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much for taking the time and for your patience. We'll see you next week.